All right, I want to hear some of your predictions. Let's start with the first fight on the main card, J.J. Aldrich versus Macy Barber.
You know, I'm going to go with Macy Barber, and I'll tell you why. It's a lot of pressure when you fight in the octagon for the first time. She came out, she didn't show any jitters. She came out there, got the finish. She's putting a very, very high mark for herself to be a world champion. So with that said, I think she's going to win this fight.
Okay, what about the featherweight battle between Violent Bob Ross and the Man of Steel, Steven Ocho Peterson?
I got to go with the Man of Steel because he's rocking a beard. You know, he also used to train one of my former trainers, Mike Rogers, and I think he doesn't have anything to lose ever when he goes out there, and he just goes out there, throw the kitchen sink, so I got to go with him.
All right, Violent Bob Ross there. And what about in the flyweight division, Formiga versus Figueiredo?
You know, I was on the borderline about this one. I was kind of going back and forth, but I'm going to go with Formiga. You know, I think that him changing his training structure and actually refining his tools is going to put him in a position to get the victory.
What about the Bull versus Pinedo?
You know, I got to go with McDessie. You know, I've seen him train too much, and anytime I'm very involved in a training camp and I can watch somebody progress and see their work ethic and their mindset, you know, I kind of see what they do in a fight, so I think he's going to win, McDessie.
And two top 10 heavyweights in the co-main event, Curtis Blades and Justin Willis.
Big Pretty versus Blades. I got to go with Razor Blades. I think he's going to get the job done. Hopefully he can contain himself and not get too emotional about the jarring that's going on and some of the other drama that we can't even mention right now, but I think that he's going to get it done. He's a more well-rounded fighter, and I think he's smart enough to play it safe. And
in the main event, I feel like we all know what your prediction's going to be, but Tyron, tell it to us officially.
Well, one thing we don't have to guess, it's going to be a great fight. That's something that we all can agree upon, but I got to go with my man, Anthony Pettis. I think he's coming in. He doesn't have to cut weight, which we've seen at featherweight that was a problem for him. He can go out there. He can do his thing. He's fighting against another striker. Doesn't have to worry about the grappling, so I think he is going to get the job done. Well, Anthony Pettis.
All right, Anthony Pettis, your training partner versus your former opponent, Stephen Thompson. These two have a lot of respect for one another at the weigh-in today. You can see that face-off, Stephen, with the obvious height advantage.